Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Hicks coming at you here. Some tourney talk on a Monday night. It is Monday, right? Welcome on in. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Facebook page, whatever. Twitter, Mr. Sean Hicks. Come say hello. Give me a follow. In the chat, comments, YouTube, Facebook page. The link, Weekly Steal. 7 days, $31.20. Got 31 games up, NIT. NCAA. Go get it. Make a little money. Support the show. We all have fun together. And let's start it out. All right, so Houston, UCLA, and Baylor. Put these out on the 25th. They're from FanDuel. That's what I got going right now. I don't know. I might roll a little. I think I might do a little Kentucky maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's jump right into some other games here. Let's pull up some matchups here. Your NCAA play-in action, Corpus and Southeast Mizzou. So the total here has moved a little bit. 155 from yesterday, up from a 153. So slight move there. I got this is, again, I got a bunch of games. Not one of them here. Not one of them. Don't like this one here. Although we had a lot of Corpus love in the midday money show today. So I don't know about that. You want to jump on Corpus Christi? Possibly. Me, not so much. Again, the chat like Corpus today. I got no opinion on this game. The total moved. Maybe the overs play there. Again, nothing really for me. Mississippi State and Pitt. I did play Mississippi State at a 1.5. Now it's a 2.5. Still liking Mississippi State. I got to say, I'll be looking to fade the ACC and the Big Ten during this NCAA NIT run. For those interested in my opinion of those conferences. Speaking of which, let's jump right into some NIT is for me. Now, I got all these games. Line slightly different. Well, we talked about them last night on Tournament Talk. Put the notification bell on. You'd have these games ahead of time. You'd have a little better number on some of these games. Hofstra and Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers. Maybe they're disappointed. Maybe they're angry. I don't know. They kind of limped in a little bit. All right. I said the winner of Rutgers, Michigan will maybe make the tournament. I thought they actually, I'd say they would make the tournament because I thought they'd beat Purdue. Almost beat Purdue. If it would be Purdue, you'd probably be dancing. Instead, you're hanging out, Jersey Mike's, eating a number 9, whatever that is. I enjoy the Jersey Mike's cheesesteak. Not too bad. A little chicken cheesesteak, a little hot sauce. I like Rutgers, but not enough to lay 7.5. No, thank you. Give us the pride. I think it's a touchdown now, 7.5. Either way, Hofstra gets a call for me in this matchup. Toledo, talked about this with Detroit Lenny today. It was 8.5 at the time when we got it. That was what it was last night. You got a Michigan team limping in. Lost by double digits to Rutgers. Toledo, yeah. Okay, they had a 17-win streak snapped. Sad. Sure, but you know what? 3-time regular season MAC champs. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think they'll be a little pumped up to play Michigan. Little Mac versus the Big Ten. Yeah, sign me up for the Rockets here. Team scores 80-something a game. I'll take a flyer on 8.5. Who wants Michigan to be laying 8.5 to anybody? Come on. Southern Miss +9 against UAB. Oh, UAB. Now instead, I get Arizona State, Nevada, and Pitt in these kind of schools. Why couldn't we get a nice UAB in this play-in kind of game? You know, why? We're here, and they're laying 9 against Southern Miss, who won were they Sun Belt champs regular season? I'll take the 9. It's a 9 spot. Both of these teams want to play. I get it. UAB's better. The 9 points better. I mean, maybe I'm totally wrong on Southern Miss. I don't know. 9 seems like a lot. Maybe they're begging us to take the Blazers. Me, we're running on dogs. We're not stopping. Oh, definitely not stopping you on it either. All right. Nova and Liberty. This was a 1. Now it is a 3. I'm glad I got the one. I mean, Nova was a team I thought, you know what, maybe make a little noise in the Big East tournament. There was not meant to be. Uh, I think the season ends and new coach, little learning curve for him and the squad. Give me the Flames. You don't think the Flames want to keep playing? Yeah, I do too. Liberty to get it done. Some more Tuesday night because I could only fit so much in on a 200 count window, whatever you call these little things. Yale and Vandy, 3.5. I see a 4. I got a 4 yesterday when we were doing the show. I, I get it, Vandy. Everybody's kind of hyped on Vandy. Played good in the SEC tournament. I understand. I don't know. Give me the Bulldogs. You'll see a little trend here in our picks. Bradley +3, 127 versus Wisconsin. I want to actually take the over here. It was a one. I thought I saw like a 124. I think on an opener here. Let me pull up my initial numbers. No, it was a 120. It was 120 and a half. Interesting. I don't know. I must have been thinking the wrong number, obviously, but I still like the over here. Again, sidewise, lean a little Bradley. But why do I think that this game could easily be like 60-58 or something? Like sail under, be just ugly. Bradley go on a Bradley kind of run of not scoring. Again, I have no money invested in that game. EW in Washington State, though, sign me up, Eastern Washington. +12 last night. Now a 10.5. I won't be shocked if this keeps coming down a little bit. I get Washington State. You had a little pluckiness there in the Pac-12, right, against Oregon, I believe they played. Was that them or was that what? I don't remember. It seems so long ago the days run together. But either way for me, EW, it's a in-state game. Definitely little brother, big brother type situation. And before EW like fell off a cliff towards the end of the season, they had covered like some ridiculous run going back to Thanksgiving. So in this spot, double digits, yeah, Eastern Washington, let's go. And the Hall in Colorado. Give me some Colorado here. I saw this line from 3 to 5, anywhere in between. I'm going to take Colorado. I just think this is a bad travel spot for the Hall. Yes, they want to keep playing. But, well, come on, they're a 500 team. I mean, Colorado's a 500 team too. Give me the home team here. I know how Seton Hall is going to respond to the elevation, all that kind of nonsense. Not that I think that Colorado is a lock by any stretch of the means to cover a 4 or 5 point spread here, but I just don't believe enough in the Hall. Not this season. Again, new coach was to be expected. Give me Colorado. Give me Colorado. All right, before we get into the Tuesday stuff, we have just a couple comments here on a Monday night. And it's my guy Team Money in the house. What do you say? Bracket. I do got a bracket. And this one in front of me here, I just did. Again, I got Baylor over Kansas in this one. I did another one. I had Texas over Kansas. Another one I had Houston. Gonzaga. The picks, they haven't changed. You were here yesterday. You were here on the other shows. And these are the bets I got down. Houston, UCLA, and Baylor. I'm probably going to add a Gonzaga play. And I don't know. Maybe a little Texas money. Let's see what else. Where are the other comments here for UT? A&M Corpus Christi seems like a dog's foot life. Well, the chat today liked A&M, so I immediately want to lean towards the other side of that. Too many city's crazy for Liberty. Those Flames, AB. I may try to get some tickets to be a decent showdown. Yeah, and the line's moved a little bit there. It opened at 1. It's 3. I'm glad I got the 1. Definitely going to be no lack of motivation for Liberty, that's for sure. You're playing a team like Villanova, it's still a big name school. Tommy Tamoose, Toledo Hofstra. Yeah, got them both. Where you at, Tom? You were here last night. You heard me say these games. I have Texas over Bama in one and Marquette over Bama in another. I don't know about Marquette. Although that South bracket, I mean, let's be honest. Can Duke come roaring out of there? Listen, the love for Oral is way too much, and I got Oral Roberts plus 7.5. Uh, I, I'll tell you what, I might look for a Duke alternate by Duke by 10 plus because I don't think Duke's going to win this by double digits, and Tennessee will go into its panded. We forget how to score kind of game. Duke could play some defense. I could see this. I could see Duke putting up like an 80 something spot here, like an 86-79 kind of game or whatever over Oral, and then coming back and meeting Tennessee like 64-55 or some low scoring affair. And then where you at? Then you had again. I don't like Purdue. I think they could lose to Memphis. And honestly, as far the land goes, I don't have Purdue going far. So hello, Duke could be in the Elite Eight, and then you have who? Kentucky, K State, Marquette. I mean, you don't think Duke could be one of those teams? I really think Duke could be the sleeper out there. As much as I'm not a big Duke guy, um, I don't think anybody's really giving what left to Duke. Yeah, Texas is good. Anytime you get a team coming out of their conference championship, somebody's going on a run, you know, and they look really good. Gonzaga might go on that little run. They're playing some good ball, and they went out of conference, played some tough teams. Locking in with the Kings in the house. To Moose, I think I didn't look at my clock till it was 1 a.m. last night. I thought I missed a show. I forget remember. Well, I know I met. Well, maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe I could have talked about it in the day show today too, as well. I think I'm sleeping on my Duke team. We're all young. Yeah, Duke's young, new coach. We faded him a lot. But again, if you're taking a future on Duke, don't worry about them covering. They just need to win games, which they can do. Yeah, Treston, Tennessee's tough. But we've seen this through any one of these teams. You want to talk about Alabama? They got 5 losses. They lost some games to marquee kind of names, right? You go on the road, play neutral. We saw that all season long when any team was in the top spot, kind of hit hiccup. We saw Purdue do it. We saw UConn lose a bunch of games. Bam lost a couple. Whoever. Kansas had a streak. They lost a couple. That's just the way this season is. That's why you have Bama or Arizona or UCLA. You have 6, 7, 8 teams that people think could all win it. I mean, I think there's like an 8, and then there's like a little drop off. Will I be shocked to see like a 4 seed in the Final Four this year? Not particularly. Even Duke's what, a 5? Would that shock me to see Duke in the Final Four? Kentucky has a 6. Who else could make a run there? TCU, maybe? I mean, I will not be shocked to see a 4 to like a 6 or 7 in there. Michigan line went from 8.5 down to 6. Yeah. Yes, it did. I mean, come on. You don't think Toledo's gonna be pumped up to play? Absolutely, they're pumped up to play. Brackets are similar. Duke definitely could, but I just have a bad feeling that a young team are not together a year will be our downfall stretch. Well, but here's the thing. They played well in the ACC tournament. You're going against a little experienced Oral Roberts team, so it's not like you'll take them for granted because you've seen them a couple years ago go to a Sweet 16. You just got a young coach still kind of putting things together with one and done type guys, but you're also one and done because they're NBA players. I mean, that's kind of an edge over a team like Oral Roberts. You trot out a guy who's going to be playing in the NBA next year. Josh is in house. Good morning. Best bets for tomorrow. Number one's got to be Toledo. I mean, Toledo off the board at the top of it. I like Hofstra a lot. I like Liberty a lot. I like Eastern Washington. Those would be my top 3. I mean, Toledo for sure. That's all we're talking right now is NIT. Let's get to the second half of the NIT or whatever it is, the Wednesday games. We'll start with the play-in Texas Southern. -2, 145.5. Versus Fairleigh. Dickinson. I'm going over to 146 here. Fairly ridiculous. I got a bad number, 146.5. I'll still take the over here. And Arizona State -2, 133.5 against Nevada. I grabbed the Wolf Pack, the old Allen one-man Wolf Pack. Let's go Reno. Those are my two for playing action as we move to the Tuesday ticket. Actually, the Wednesday ticket because today's Monday. The Tuesday ticket of NIT. Little nitpicking. Trying to picking some winners here in the NIT. So Youngstown and Okie State will open up the floor here. Youngstown +6.5, 148.5. Oklahoma State. You know we're on the Penguins. That was our little squad. We liked them this year. We've had them quite a few times in the chat. Oklahoma State. Yeah, you're coming out of a good conference. I get it. This is kind of like the Toledo or Liberty. When I have a little kind of school, a smaller school, getting a decent amount of points. Now, Oklahoma State's, are they happy to play? Sure. They knew they weren't going to go dancing their record. Maybe they thought, oh, we're in a Big 12. They should take every one of us except for the last place team. Well, I don't know. Give me the Penguins here. They could score. I know Oklahoma State's more of a defensive-minded bunch, but I'll take the 6.5 with Youngstown. Central Florida +3, 142.5 against Florida. And I'll take University Central Florida. Let's go. +4. And this is, we've seen, and I mentioned this on, I guess, Saturday with, I think Memphis played UCF. I was like, they just had a stretch. They looked bad. They looked good, and all of a sudden they fell off. In-state game like this, I'm taking the small bunch. A lot to prove. And when they win, they played good when they played good. In Florida, your best guy was hurt. What kind of year is this for them? Not interested. Not interested in any Gator action. No, thank you. Oh, you know what? I did have some fried alligator the other night over at some New Orleans kitchen joint. It was pretty tasty. Moorhead 15.5, 138 against Clemson. Yeah, no thank you. Alcorn 17, North Texas. Yeah, I'm not laying these kind of numbers. You know that. We'll do some comments, get to the back end of Wednesday. T-minus says VCU and San Diego State are two teams that could be real sneaky, make a historic run. Well, the VCU's up against a tough Mary's team. They play defense as well. So that's going to be a grinder. And VCU, I think, is a team like Drake and Charleston or Roberts where the public cheering them on. It is what it is. Do I like VCU there? Yeah. San Diego State's team I like. I think people are going to be all over Charleston in that, that 12-5. Like, oh, Charleston. San Diego State's a decent program. They're like a poor man Gonzaga. They're always solid defensively. They win some games. You expect a little more out of them. I think they're a Sweet 16 month. And who knows? They got Bama. You never know what could happen. T-Money says either ASU wins in a round or loses outright. Yeah, I'm not high on Arizona State there. No thanks. What do we got here? Youngstown money line. If you're taking a dog, why wouldn't you get a little money line? Kid D says, give you Bradley a money line against Whiskey, 0-1 Vason for Wisconsin after this point in season. That one's, I like Bradley. I'm a Missouri Valley guy. You know that. We like our Drakes and our Bradleys. The Salukis was a team we liked. We got no Saluki action. Come on. I can't believe the Salukis couldn't get into the CBI or anything. Charles is going to get smoked, says T-Money. Well, I hope so. I like San Diego State. All right. Second window here. Virginia Tech +6 against Cincy. 161 total. I said I was taking Cincy. I took Cincy. I'm fading on ACC. Virginia Tech on the road. No, thank you. Give me Cincinnati. Utah Valley +5.5 against New Mexico. I took the Valley. I know it's a tough place to play in New Mexico. Remember they were like the last undefeated team, like 14-0, 15-0. It's like, oh, New Mexico. Yeah, well, you played a bunch of your peers and you end up 22-11. Yeah, give me the Valley here because I think the Valley kind of fits in with teams that New Mexico lost to in the Mountain West. And Cal Irvine 9.5 versus Oregon. Yeah, I'm taking Irvine plus 9.5. Big West versus Pac-12. Sure, sign me up for Irvine. Josh says Toledo points or money line. Well, Josh, I, I don't say I guess I'm struggling because I'm having a down month because I can't get these half point losers. Um, Normally I say let's money line a bunch of these, but honestly I just need some wins in my pocket. So I'm just taking the points right here on my dogs because my dogs have not been dogging for me. Anytime I take a dog, it loses. My favorite, the dog covers. That's how you go 31 and 37 and 81 since mid January with like half point, 1 point, 2 point losers. It's tough losses. So I'm not grabbing any money lines. I'm not telling you to grab money lines. I mean, I'm just trying to grind away. T Money says Irvine Oregon, an interesting matchup. I know maybe I'm money line. I mean, I don't hate putting low money line in these things, but as I just said to Josh there, T, I mean, it's been a rough month. I mean, just the other day, the free picks. Come on, I had three totals, all lost by half a point. So that's like in a nutshell. My entire last month and a half has been games like that. Whether they're more sides than totals, obviously, but still, um, I can't just be throwing money at money lines and I'm losing by one. You know, November, December, half of January, we're winning those games. Now, not so much. I'm not gonna chase it like, well, I'm due to hit because, yeah, I've dropped 10 straight like that or something. I'm not that I lost 10 in a row, but you know what I'm saying. Um, but I do like Irvine. I mean, you're coming off a bad UCLA loss, which no shame losing to UCLA. I mean, UCLA is a good team. Their two guys are healthy. I think they could cause some problems in the tournament. But on a whole, the season for Oregon, nothing to write home about. I'll take our Cal Irvine here. So you should be able to hang 80 on Michigan. Can't play for them. Yeah, I mean Toledo should be able to get up and down the court. They're definitely motivated. They're going to want to come out and run, do their pace, and it's a question of how soon does Michigan quit in that game? Do they show any heart? It's a close game. Uh, I don't think they're going to come out and blow a team. They're definitely not blowing them out. Dogs have been down this year. Yeah, it's been a rough run. Way down the Warriors and under 241 looks like a 6-0 NBA night for our guy Michael. Not under Michael Patrick tonight. A straight Mikey. Mikey likes it. A 6-0 NBA night. Let's see. So Golden State getting it done against the Suns. We know we want to fade the Suns there because everybody thinks you trade for Durant, you're a winner, and now he's gone and you got no depth. I did like the Kings. That would have been a loser. I didn't want to bet that Pacer game. Everybody liked the Pacers today. They lost outright by 20 points there, whatever. Hawks loser at home. Minnesota doggy outright. Miami does not cover. Jazz cover, but that's an over. Memphis outright. Somebody mentioned Dallas was without their guys. And how about the Rockets outright? I'm pretty sure me and Tim both said Rockets. I think Tim actually had a Rockets money line. Unbelievable. I want to grab the Liberty here. -3. Why are they favored by 3? The line opened at 1 and went to 3. So I would take the Liberty. Why are they favored over Nova? I think they're favored over Nova because they're a 30-win team and Nova's a 500 bunch. That'd be my initial lean on that. And then you have and people are betting on Villanova. I mean, Liberty's 26-8 and a 17-16 Villanova team. I mean, and they're in off of a 1-point loss to Lib. Who'd they? Come on. And I think I did a little thing when we talked about them playing Kennesaw in the championship game. All their wins at home, like 15-point wins. Now, listen, Bellarmine isn't Villanova, but I don't know. Call me crazy. I think Villanova's going to be in a Hornets nest tonight, or wherever. They're the Flames. I guess they'll be in the oven. I don't know where they're going to be. Or during the pit. That place is going to be rocking to face a team like Villanova. Kid, you happy to me in hockey day had the under in Avalanche Montreal 6.5. It was over in the second period. Yeah, and NHL has actually been decent to me. I mean, what are we in the chat? We're 26 and 32, but plus 434. And when you hit those games, it's just tough, King. I mean, yesterday, are you kidding me? 3 half-point losers in the free pick. Now, I've had them on like the premiums on my personal for those things. It's frustrating. You hear me come in and talk about them. I'm like, what am I doing? It is what it is. That's part of the biz, man. Part of the grind. Was rumors don't really be well rested after the recent loss. Well, I mean, they played a couple days ago. They lost by 7. Granted, Liberty's been sitting on their butts for basically 10 days. You knew they were going to take an NIT bid, so they're pumped up. I just think that's a good spot, man. Liberty's going to want to come out and play, prove themselves. Hey, they've never heard of Liberty. No. If they get in a tournament, people are like, oh, Liberty's team's dangerous. They're blowing teams out in the A-Sun or whatever. Where's he hitting the threes are going to run mine under. I'm pulling for you there. Listen, hey, Mike, I don't want to complain. You're talking about going 6-0. I mean, 5-1 isn't a bad night. Come on. Teddy boy, my final 4 picks. All right, out of the South, I'm going to ride my Baylor team. I'm going to ride Baylor, although I'll be honest, I want to take the points there with Baylor, with Santa Barbara in that 3-14 game in the opening round. But I'll take Baylor in the Final Four since we have a Baylor future. I'm going to come out of the East here, and I'm going to say Duke. I know, Memphis, Kentucky. That is, I think, the most wide open bracket. The South. Purdue, Memphis, Duke, Tennessee's there, Kentucky, K-State, Marquette. I think that could be the one where you get wildness. But I'm going to go Duke. I think people are sleeping on Duke. I'm going to take Duke. And the funny thing is, the bracket I have in front of me, I have actually Kentucky in it, but I'm going to say Duke for this one. I'm going to say Gonzaga out of the West over Kansas coming out, and in the top, I'm going to grab Texas. It's Texas and Houston, but I'll say Texas, and then I'm going to say my Baylor over Gonzaga. There we go. But you could really flip a couple of those things. I mean, I like taking dogs, and my brackets they'll be busted by the Sweet 16 round because my second round's all kind of crazy upset stuff like that. But when it comes to the Final Four, I think I'm more of like a Final 6 or 8, I guess you call it. King D took Yale as well against Vandy. Everybody's high on Vandy. I don't, yeah, they could win this game, and it's not close, and Yale looks bad. But I'm going to take Yale myself as well. I did take Yale. I got them +4. Solo malt. Let's see what these tickets do. Buck spread or over Cavaliers. Hold on, Cavaliers 7.5. What are we doing here? Buck spread or the over. Let me pull up some NBA for tomorrow. We got the Bucks in a back-to-back. Bucks against the Suns tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I'd probably lean at the Suns over. They're playing tonight. Milwaukee's playing tonight. I'll go over. I'll go Bucks over. Cavs. I don't want to lay 8 on the road. I don't care how bad Charlotte is. How about an under in that game? They play some defense, Cleveland. And they've been playing bad lately. They need a win. This is a bad team. Win the game. Thunder money line against. I like it. Right? I think that is Brooklyn off the big. Are they off a win? Are they? They beat. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this little run for Brooklyn. 3 of 4. Close loss at Milwaukee. Mini overtime win. Beat in Denver, and now you're playing lowly OKC. I like it. I mean, you got to take the money line at Thunder because it's only what? We got like 1.5. Yeah, later 120. Southeast Mizzou under the 156. 156. I don't hate the under 156 here. Hold on. It's 156 now. I think that went up from 153 if I remember out of my banners from yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, don't hate that one. Don't hate that total. We could do that solo. Toledo +6 Hofstra Liberty. I don't mind. Listen, the NBA. I'm gonna say don't really listen to me that much in the NBA. We're 37-44 in the NBA, but the college looks right on point there. That college is a nice sweep of the board. Any thoughts on the Hall in Colorado? Like Colorado, not buying a Hall. +935 Harley parlay about to hit. There we go. Nice little hockey parl. That's a good one there, Joshua. Good job. Keep again with buck kicks on total 53% on the year. Challenge myself totals this year. I've been all right at my college basketball totals. I think I'm around 60%, but I'm only about like 80 of them as opposed to 600 other games sides that. Hello, I mentioned 100 of them or more, 118 that have been just tough losses. The truth. Do you think Vermont can upset Marquette? No, I don't think they can upset them. I mean, they might give them a little game for a little bit. I think Marquette will pull away. This isn't this isn't like a really good Vermont team. Sometimes they'll pull an upset in their non-conference. This is not them. What day is this game? Hold on. I don't think they had one good non-conference win this year. I'm going to pull it up. Where are we at here? No, I'm on the wrong day. Okay. So, yeah, let's go Vermont. Let's look at this little non-conference. What do we got here? St. Mary's lose by 16. I think we did this the other night when we did the show on the other night. It was yesterday. This is what happens when you're up all night loading freaking matchups in here. Lost at Fullerton in overtime. Lost at SC. Iona on the neutral, you lose by 20. Lost at Yale by 30. You beat Ball State. You lost to NC Wilmington. Lost to Long Beach on the neutral by 20. I mean, where's the big win here? Dartmouth and Colgate? That's your big win? Two Ivy teams that could even make a 14 playoff? So, yeah. Normally you'd see a Vermont team come in and they'd hang. I mean, they were 8-point dogs just to St. Mary's and they lost by 26. Then they followed it up as a 4-point fave on the road. They lose by 9 in overtime. 10-point dog. There was their good outing. Then you lose by 2 to USC early. And that was USC team that I think lost to like North Florida before that because we had North Florida, I think, plus 15 or 16 there. Again, Iona on the neutral 20. Where's a good 20-point loss, a 30-point loss? I mean, these are some bad losses. So, yeah, I think Marquette brings it. Cash on Yale, yes, King D. A minute left in our hand, not text in a 15-point game. Come on. Lose that. That's the NBA, bro. No betting allowed in that nonsense. Long shot winners, first round tournament, team money. The odds this year aren't high. Long shot, like first round upset money lines? First round upset money lines. I mean, let's be honest. Where are you going for these? You're going to look at Furman, NC State, Santa Barbara over Baylor, Oral Roberts, maybe Louisiana or Tennessee. Anything's possible. I'm not, I got a couple dogs. We've talked about them, but as I said, my money line plays are going to be minimal to none because I'm just trying to grind out a respectable season right now. That's for an NHL on total. Oh, NHL totals. Okay, I got you. NIT winner. Gee, we got NIT winner, Josh. First of all, for tomorrow, we're loving Toledo. So Hofstra, Toledo, uh, Yale, Liberty, Eastern Washington. Line them up. Line them up. And then where's the other? Where's my other? Oh, here it is. And then the next night, who we rolling in with our dogs? We got we're taking Youngstown at a 7, UCF at a 4. Let's go Cincinnati minus the 5 spot. Cal Irvine plus points. We got a bunch. Let me just do this last one, and I'll show you the games there. I'm not. I want to take Lafayette. I just can't play it. I'm not playing that game. I lean dog there. Here we go. My guy wants some NIT. Here we go. Hofstra 1 plus 7. I know the lines come down. These are from yesterday's lines. Toledo 8.5. Southern Miss plus 9. Liberty minus the 1. I know that's a 3 now. Yale plus the 4. I think that's 3.5 now. No opinion on Bradley. We like Eastern Washington. I got him at plus 12. It's 10 now. I still like the 10.5. I do like Colorado. I saw Colorado even from a 3 to a 5. I still like Colorado. And Wednesday, there's your Youngstown play. There's UCF. I'm doing nothing with the double-digit faves. Cincy, Utah Valley, and Irvine. There you go. There's the NIT. All right, tomorrow, no midday money. I gotta take the doctors. I'm hoping to be back in the afternoon. Maybe I'll do like some late afternoon show, or perhaps an early evening show, because there'll be no late night money. I got to do something at night as well. So I'll have a late evening. I don't know what I'll call it. It'll be midday money, but probably in the afternoon. Afternoon pregame. It'll be before the games. How about that? So, all right, everybody. Have a good night. Rest up. A lot of action next couple days. Hit the like button on the way out if you want. Put the notification bell on, though, so you know what time I come on tomorrow, because I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be.